Welcome back to Bonanza Disc Golf and to another Bag It or Bin It, which is Patreon sponsored for the Discraft Zombie. Kind of super interesting mold, 6.6 -1.1. So there's not a lot of great comparisons to it, but I found a couple. One is gonna be the Kaxe from Kaxe 6502, but really one of the only other good 6-speeds that's not a leopard, which is super flippy, or at least well known. And then the last one was one that AGL actually just sent out to me that I didn't think I was gonna use for any videos, but I was like, it kind of feels similar, which is the Sycamore 7501, but it feels a little bit deeper because the Zombie here, this one's a little puddle top, but it just feels like the rim is a little chunky. I don't know, it's definitely 6-speed, like thin, but it's like pretty thick this way. And the Sycamore, I picked it up and it kind of reminded me of it because it's pretty thick that way. So we're gonna take these 3 discs across 5 holes in West Palm Beach, Florida, and see if we can't beat par with all of them. And any of them that I can't beat par with, I'm gonna be giving away, except for the Kaxe, because first off, I'm gonna beat par with it. Second off, I got this in the Trash Panda Holiday Disc Swap, so I'll give away one of these other discs if I can't beat par with this, unless I don't beat par with any of them, then I gotta give more away, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, I'll know one. So I'm super excited to throw these because this is a speed category that not a lot of people would consider, and honestly, I wouldn't really consider it myself. Christian was my patron who requested the Bag It or Bin It, so if I lose with any of these, it's gonna go to him. We're starting at a 252-foot hole, straight up the gut here to the basket. I wanna see if these will flip at all. 7501 is gonna be a little different, but we're gonna try to throw them all, not really flipping, but just flat, and see if they'll turn. Hopefully not hit that tree on the right, but Zombie's gonna be up first. I'm very interested, very. It's so thick, it's kind of interesting. This one is a little bit, I found this one used, but I tried to get the best quality one that I could, so it looks like it's pretty nice. Go ahead and just straight up the gut. Oh, that is straight. A little bit of fade, not a lot of fade. I couldn't even see where it finished, but that was nice. That was real straight. It's an interesting speed. I don't know if I wanna throw a 6-speed at all. I feel like it's similar to a 5-speed or 7-speed. It's weird. I wonder if it'll be any different. I'm also wondering if this as a 7-speed Sycamore will be any different because it does feel a little bit wider. Gonna throw it the same. A little bit higher. Oh, that is way flippier. Safe though. Josh over at AGL did say that would fill my flippy slot, but I see in the number 7502, I imagine it wouldn't be as flippy. I wonder if that's any different, but Kaxe right here. I'm gonna use the anglicized pronunciation, I'm sorry. It's just much more natural for the way I speak. I apologize to all of my Swedes. Really good. Go in the basket. Oh, that's gonna be a birdie. This is not what I would have expected, but off the bat, I think that the Sycamore is the most flippy, and then the Kaxe, and then last is the Zombie. Or, no, then the Zombie, then the Kaxe. I think the Kaxe is the most stable, but that's all only after 1 throw each. Try to get the nice big birdie with the Sycamore. Oh, just a little left. Man, it gets dark fast nowadays. We need the sun to stay out longer. Come on. Where did the Zombie even go? What the heck? Easy Kaxe birdie. Where the heck did it go? I thought it was gonna hit this cluster and stop. Oh, it is, it's right here. Just nestled in. All right, 2 of them are under par, 4 holes to go. Let's get on to hole 2 real fast, which is actually just gonna be hole 1. All right, hole 2 is pretty interesting. It's 300 feet straight up the gut. Because we could probably just throw these on a Hyzer flip line, I wanna see how they hold turn, and we're gonna call a Mando to the left of that middle palm tree, and just see if we can beat this tree and keep them holding turn. I think probably gotta throw a little flat, just a little left. Oh, it's not as flippy as I thought. It's also gonna go a lot farther than I thought. Uh-oh. Kaxe next, then Sycamore, little and Hyzer. Get there. All right, I think honestly, that same shot a little higher, maybe even a little flatter with the Sycamore. I don't know why this is so flippy. Oh, so flippy, jeez. All right, that's like more like the Zombie's numbers, maybe even a -1-0 or -2-1. Okay, that's interesting. Zombie, I was wrong. I think the Zombie is about the same stability as the Kaxe, which makes, I would probably say that's a 0-1 or something. because I threw it probably about a 6-speed and it was gone. It was like just dead straight. And I think I tried to throw it straight to see if it would turn. And then I tried to turn the Kaxe, and then I tried to throw the Sycamore straight. So the Zombie and Sycamore, similar shots, very different results. Kaxe, I did turn over and it's right in between the two. So I'd say probably Kaxe and Zombie are relatively similar, but the Kaxe feels more like a mid-range than the Zombie does. All right, big putt from the Sycamore. Man, I can't believe I threw that Kaxe into the ground. That was a nice looking shot. Let's go. Didn't want to call it too early, but I thought it was in the whole time. Oh, that one dropped more. I counted for the tailwind on the first one. I was like, I'll be able to throw it hard enough, and then it still dropped it. Hate getting big putted by myself, you know? Nice easy cleanup from the Kaxe. And apparently I'm crazy because I want to take the same putter I just missed to putt a 50-footer from the Zombie. High, oh gosh. All right, that putter doesn't want to go in the basket. And apparently I don't want to keep the Zombie because that was bad. Easy headwinder. Easy headwinder is gonna lift the putt. Freaking bogey, dude. All right, that sucks. Luckily, Zombie's a good disc, so I should be able to birdie on these last 3. All right, our third hole here is 250-ish feet, and I wanna see how these will hold a little bit of forehand torque. We're obviously gonna have to be touchy, but honestly, the Zombie, it's so weird because these are both 6 speeds, and they look very similar actually. But for some reason, this feels more like a mid. Maybe it's a little bit chunkier from the top to the bottom. I don't know why this feels more like a mid. Maybe just because I know it's a mid? Yeah, it's a little more round at the bottom here. They feel very similar though. Like, what the heck? Sycamore, definitely different. Definitely feels more like a driver, more like a 7-speed. But on this shot here, we're gonna try to split either one of those gaps, honestly. Zombie doesn't have the box, Kaxe does. No, Sycamore does. Oh my gosh, birdie, par, bogey. We do have a wind pushing us from the left to the right, so that'll affect it, but a little bit of Hyzer. Just let it get through a gap, finish towards the basket, see if we can't turn them over and actually get a full flight out of them. We can, and it's a little long. Sit down before the out of bounds. Oh, barely. Okay, that was a nice little flip up. Didn't really have any comeback. I'm gonna try to throw a similar shot with both of these. Kaxe next. Oh, I hit the pin. I thought I was gonna hit the tree and then I didn't. It's definitely slower. Like, I feel like if that was the 7-speed and I saw that same flight, it would have hit the tree, but it didn't because it's definitely a 6. That literally hit the pin. All right, that definitely held the torque, but it lifted it up like a mid-range does on a forehand instead of keeping it low. I imagine that'll be similar on the Zombie. I don't know, the Zombie's party line seems to be slightly lower. It's slightly more dome before it goes under. That's so interesting. A little more flip up, get the same exact line. Now go in the basket. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh, are you joking? Okay, the Kaxe and the Zombie are like the same, but for some reason the Kaxe feels more like a mid-range. Why couldn't I ace that, dude? Oh my gosh. And I think that shows you, like, I felt like I threw those all very similarly, even the Sycamore. Sycamore is definitely flippier. I thought being a 7-speed and Josh saying it was flippier, it'd be more similar to those two. But I'd say that the Zombie's numbers are incorrect and the Sycamore's numbers. You flip the last two and I think you got it right. Sycamore -1-1, Zombie 0-1. What a spread there. Are you joking? I almost didn't film this video right now because I was like, it's getting too dark, but I was like, we can rush it. Oh my gosh, man. This is crazy. Oh, it's the red one. Get out of here. No, that's a bad roll. Parked. Zombie, parked. Now I have to make this to keep the Sycamore. What is my life right now? You don't even need to see this last one. It's like 6 feet. Jason, don't even say foot fault because you couldn't see it, okay? You don't have any seconds in the comments. Oh, that's true. No one's ever seconded Jason's foot faults, so then none of them actually count. All right, these people started walking through. Oh, there's another one coming. Just as I'm leading this time, I think we're gonna try to Hyzer flip these up through this gap. So throw them hard on Hyzer through the right gap and see if we can make it through. I'm not about to be able to do this though, and I'm about to lose light on my last hole. People need to stop walking in a walking park, you know? What are they thinking? Walking in a place that's designed for them to walk. Okay, so Kaxe's up first real fast. Really good. Now catch some fade, catch some fade. Oh, nice shot. Zombie's up next. Mind if I throw one more real fast? Yes, great shot, Anthony. That thing is way flippier than it suggests, which makes it a really good disc, but it is definitely 7.5 -1.1. 7 speed, I think, is right on it. It's kind of, that Sycamore is honestly kind of like what you want your bead in 7502 disc to be. All these are way better than I expected them to be for not focusing at all. Alrighty, 3 easy putts. Zombie's the farthest. They're all kind of right at edge of circle, maybe slightly out. Focusing and following through, not up. Kaxe. Uh-oh, left the red boy. Let's break tradition, baby. Whoa, good start frame. Let's go. Thought I missed it. Now the red one remembers how to be made. One last hole, everybody's under par. These are better discs than I expected. I don't know if they have a place for my bag though, and we'll talk about that in a second. All right, last hole, 250 feet, dead ahead of us. I think this might show a little bit of why I don't think there's really a place. Actually, there kind of might be. I really like the Kaxe, honestly, over the Zombie. I mean, they're honestly interchangeable. They're the same. I got this one, and it's kind of cool that someone just gave it to me. So that's probably what I might put in my bag. Because honestly, if you have a tweener distance for me at like 330 to 350 feet, where it's like, I can get there with the mid or a fairway, but neither of them are comfortable because one I have to push too hard and one I have to push not enough. This might be the perfect disc for that. We're gonna throw here, 250, should be really easy. Just Hyzer, slight Hyzer with the Zombie and the Kaxe, and slight flat with the Sycamore, but Kaxe's up first. Nice and easy for the birdie, just don't go OB. Headwind, headwind, sit and sit. Just don't go OB, goes OB. Luckily, that's the one that has birdies to spare. I think the Zombie and the Sycamore don't. I forgot that I'm throwing into a headwind, and I need to remember that. All right, not actually Hyzer, just flat. Oh, such a big headwind, Anthony. And a little far, sit down. That's actually gonna be fine. Oh, maybe a little long. Sycamore. That thing is flips a daisy. Really nice though, sit down. Oh, that's so good. That was so good. I thought I put way too much Hyzer on that, but my body did the right thing. It trusted itself. So yeah, what I'm saying is these seem to be in an in-between spot, not in stability, but in distance. I wish they were slightly more overstable though, because I feel like if the Kaxe was slightly more overstable, if the Zombie was more like an actual 0-2 and not like a 0-1, that would fit a really nice slot where I can throw them a little bit harder and really trust that they'll ride flat and then have a little finish and get me to that 320 to 350 much easier, because I can push them in 340, 350. I also can get a fairway 320. Down a straight corridor is what we're talking, not big Hyzers, because that just makes everything easier. And so these might have a spot. I don't know if it has one in my bag right now. I also think that the Kaxe is safe, but I'm not 1000% sure. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna make the par putt, but I, for some reason, forgot there was a headwind. That is bad. Oh, Anthony. Oh, Anthony. Thank God we made that last birdie. Zombie birdie. Red one did not remember how to make putts. Sycamore par is under par. Thank goodness, man. Whew. It's like speed running making a video here with this light losing. So honestly, these are kind of a very interesting slot for me. And I might play around with putting one in my bag, especially as I get closer to the season, having worked on my form, figured things out, because if I get good enough at my form that I'm able to control my speed with my arm a little bit better, I won't need one of these, because I'll be confident that I know how to manipulate the angles and throw a 7-speed 310 to 330 feet, and also a mid-range 330 to 350 feet while hitting my angles and stuff correctly. But if that's still a struggle, I might play around with having the Kaxe in my bag, or maybe the Zombie, but these are honestly very interchangeable to me. Like, they have flew almost identical today. Kaxe maybe slightly more stable, maybe? Sycamore, surprisingly flippy. And I think the parting line is definitely, yeah, it's definitely slightly lower. There's definitely dome that comes to it beforehand, but also a good disc. Kind of fit in with these discs a little bit. I thought it fit in more because I thought that honestly, if it was a little more flippy than the numbers, it would just go down a tick in speed, but it ended up being a little bit more flippy. If you want to check out the last Patreon sponsored bag it or bin it, check it out right up here. Actually, not Patreon sponsored, the Jokery. I shouldn't have told you the name because it's not in the title, but it's a really good disc. You should check it out. Otherwise, I also filmed some new Kid in the Bag videos, which is a new series on the channel where I look at a manufacturer that's completely new to me, or at least mostly, take a look at their lineup and try to shoot a really hot round, 18 holes. Check that out right down here. I wish I remember how to putt, but as it stands, you only need to remember how to putt a little bit. Kind of like that. One's enough. Okay, love you, bye.